Okay, uranium update September 2nd, Friday night. We have our full weekly candle. We also have our first looks at the monthly. And we'll start with CCJ as our proxy as usual. Daily chart. We had that big bullish move. As always, in the description, we'll see the previous video from about the uranium update. You'll see we're still holding this gap. We're holding this here between 2470 and 2376. Always have to be vigilant that might get closed at some point. But we have our high so far on day 6, which was August 30th. And now we've been consolidating these last 3 days. This is a swing low here, right? From yesterday, September 1st, right? So once we made a high above 2886. Okay, so we've actually pulled back a little bit from there. So we closed at 2882. So we want to watch that 2886 level generally. But this is essentially a bull flag. On lower time frames. In terms of the weekly, it's kind of squirrely a little bit, this count. But if you call this like your 22nd here, your low, this is about week 9. So it's not super early in the weekly cycle to be sure, but we're above this high here from week 4. This rally and big bearish. This was a huge rejection, right? This move, really bearish candle, and then this is what you get followed through on the next week. So getting above this high and staying above this high is important. So that's 28.28. So that 28 level, again, we've talked about this multiple times, previous videos. Again, in the description, that 28 level, really important. So staying comfortably above that 82 cents is helpful. And so if we look at the monthly, this is where this would potentially be month 30. That's assuming that this low here was not a major low. At the same time, it's right. I guess you can call this kind of cluster here your kind of major low, right? So you top on month 25. It just seems, that's the thing. Price action is price action. It could be so bullish that it just couldn't be contained, right? So you see this little decline, and then you have this big rally, and then you have this little decline. Maybe it just can't be contained. We're going to have to see. But you have to imagine, because we're imagining out of this rally here from the COVID low, that was 25 months, that we're going to get a more drawn out, cycle low, the same way we're getting for equities and other asset classes. But as always, we'll see, and we'll just look at the sort of smattering of uranium sort of equities here. We'll get rid of the indicators. Okay, so if we look at let's call it the monthly, so it's interesting, and we obviously have just a few days. Most of these are actually red on the monthly. These different names: Paladin, Fission Uranium, GoVX, the URA, ETF, UEX, NextGen, Denison, DNN. Obviously, with just a few days trading. And so if we go to the weekly, right, they're all, wow, a lot of big wicks. Not very promising. So I would say cautious sort of consolidation, best case scenario. I mean, look, this is like a bull flag, right? I mean, this is a big move. But again, this is obviously specific to each name. In the case of CCJ, you really want to watch this gap here, a 2470, 2380 kind of zone, right? How do we react there? And if this is going to really get bearish, obviously, can we hold this swing low here, that daily cycle low?